What's going on, gamers? It's Fox2, and today I've got something really special for you. This is going to be our first podcast of the Comic Book Nerd Nation, and I've got several guests with me today. I've got Topher. Say what's up.
Hey, guys.
I got Whole F and Brian.
Hey, guys, I like spaghetti.
And I got the Pirate.
Arr.
Yar. That's fitting. Okay, so the whole idea here is this is going to be a podcast style conversation where we're just going to be having fun, shooting the shit, and you guys can just enjoy the ridiculousness that is us, me and my friends. And so we're all into comic books, sci-fi, board games, stupid, all kinds of stuff that reminds us of being kids. And I've got a couple topics that I thought we could maybe go over if you guys are down with it. Okay, so the first question for the group. Okay, you're walking through a park and you happen to stumble upon Wonder Woman's Lasso of Truth. Okay? Everybody's familiar with the Lasso of Truth and how it works and everything like that. Do you use this for a tool for good to catch criminals? Or do you use this to maybe find out some shit that you probably shouldn't know? Pirate?
Oh man. Well, yeah, I would truth justice the American way. I just want to be a badass, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're gonna use it for good.
Because there's certain things, you know, you ask somebody, next thing you know, it's like you finding out so and so banged your mom or something like that. And you don't want to know this stuff, so
That's what I'm thinking.
I'll keep it legit.
So don't use it on me then.
True.
I'm thinking you could get yourself into some serious trouble using this thing. I mean, like you said, you could find out some serious stuff that you just are really not interested in knowing at all.
Your old lady screwed like two of your friends, and I'll keep it as dealing with bad guys.
What about you, Brian?
I mean, you could be the best lawyer in the world with this thing.
Ooh,
You could find out some of these deep, dark secrets that we don't know about, not just from friends or whatever, but you could go find out, hey, what's at Area 51? Let me just go lasso this dude.
Take it to Washington.
Now,
Exactly.
that is a really good point that you bring up there. Now, you could not only could you find out incredible amounts of secrets, but you could use this thing to just earn an unimaginable amount of wealth. You'd be unstoppable as a lawyer.
You'd be the best lawyer in the world.
Yeah, you'd be absolutely unstoppable. Okay, Topher, what do you got?
Well, I don't see why you can't use it for both. I mean, it's pretty much like winning the lottery at that point. You know, you go out, you make your ton of money. You could even, you could do the lawyer thing. You could do, if you find out everybody's secrets, you can always blackmail them and sell them for cash. You know, but you know, it's like if you win the lottery, if you really want to be a good person, you know, you have to donate some of it to charity. So you at least have to spend some of your time moonlighting and going.
So you're like a mixture of Daredevil and Al Capone.
Pretty much, yeah.
I like it. Okay.
You could just use it for an S&M thing, too. I mean, if you want to go that way.
Boy, that could get really serious really quick, I think.
I think what I'd try to do is
always have to blackmail for money.
I'd try to give it back to Wonder Woman and see if there was a reward involved.
A reward.
You know.
Okay. On to the next topic that I've got here. Green Lantern's ring. If you had it, okay, you know, as we all know, Green Lantern, he puts the ring on and whatever he projects in his mind can become a weapon to fight his enemies. And, you know, we've seen it all through comics and movies and cartoon movies and everything like that of, you know, cars and missiles and guns and all the stuff that he projects using the ring. What would be the one thing that you would want to project as a weapon? Brian?
As a weapon?
With the
I don't
ring.
know.
It's a tough question. Because
the
choices are there's so many.
I thought about this constantly, because who doesn't? I mean, it's a ring that could basically make anything.
A giant rat trap. That would a giant rat trap to smash my enemies.
There's only one right answer here.
Oh, really?
Of course, it's a giant green dildo.
Well, there is that. There is that.
I mean, what good is just beating the living crap out of your enemies if you can't humiliate them at the same time?
That's, I've never really thought about it like that. Only Topher would bring it to that level. But
I'd have a bulldozer because you're sitting in traffic. Nobody's moving. You just bulldoze everybody right out of the way.
that doesn't sound like a bad thing at all either.
But you shake a giant green dildo at them, and they're going to move anyway.
That's true. You could use it as a ramrod.
Car ramrod. Pirate, what about you?
I mean, I don't know, like the Green Lantern, any of the Lantern Corps, they're constructs. That's that's kind of like they're all their calling cards. You know what I mean? That shows how witty and how intelligent and how like sometimes they just give them the proverbial FUs. You know what I mean? That are well endowed. Right at the moment, like he thinks of something, boom, the construct comes up, and it's like, oh wow, I would have never thought about that when aliens are dropping parts of planets on my head. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know, dude. It's just limited possibilities. Like Brian said, everybody's thought about it, but you're just like, man.
It's a tough one for sure.
And then you got to think too, like, well, since we're talking about Green Lantern and its will constructs, then it's like, well, maybe, it's.
Come on, you got to pick something. You got to get something.
You know what? It doesn't matter what it is. It's what it looks like. I'm going with Chris with the dildo. It's what it looks like. Okay, it all does the same.
All right, so I got the rat trap. Brian's got the bulldozer, and then the two of you guys can share the dildo. All right, that's fair enough.
It'll be double-headed. Me and Pepper's got a double-header.
All right.
If you're going to share it.
Okay. If you could have a modern-day actual Batman utility belt, then this was like socially accepted worldwide. Everybody's got one. This is the standard of technology at this point in time, and you've got one. What is one gadget, whether it exists now or it's something in the future, anything that has to be on your bat belt?
I feel like we're going to get another dildo answer in this one.
No dildos on this one.
I mean, the Adam West and Burt Ward series, he had shark repellent. I'm going to have shark repellent. Just because I live in Ohio.
Just
you
a
never
throwback.
Know.
Just a throwback.
Right.
Okay.
Gotta have it.
Okay. All right. I like it. A throwback.
Plus, Sharknado really wouldn't have even been a problem if everyone had shark repellent.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Okay.
You just eliminated Tara Reid's all career.
Oh, wow.
I think she did that herself.
That's true too.
Okay, Brian, what do you got? You know where the Bobbsey twins sit over there with their dildos and shark repellent.
I'm gonna have to pick something unique. I don't know. A stun gun, but I feel like Batman would already have a stun gun on his belt.
I feel like that's pretty common. I personally would go with a teleportation device.
See, that's exactly what I was going to say.
A teleportation device. Just saying, like.
But
I mean,
Batman,
even for trivial use, not even for crime fighting, just for trivial use.
I thought we're basing this off of the what Batman has used.
Before. No. If you had
your future devices are getting
anything.
Wow.
Cable and Deadpool style, just personal teleporter.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you even just for personal use, you got to go to Christmas dinner with your parents or whatever, and they're 2 states over, and you just don't want to deal with the 12-hour drive. Boom! You're there. Just saying. That could be handy.
Yeah.
But what if a fly lands on you?
Fly swatter?
It away.
Oh,
he's coming along for the ride.
Well, and then you reconstruct, and boom, you're looking like Jeff Goldblum. Your ears falling off.
I don't want to live like Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Even if it's just Jeff Goldblum.
Even if it's not the fly, I don't want anything to do with that. Yeah, that seems a little too ridiculous for me. Okay. This is a topic that has been all over social media, all over the internet, everywhere, throughout the entire Nerd Nation. Everybody that has anything to do with loving superheroes, comic books, movies, any of it. What are your thoughts? And we're going to have to go one at a time here because this is going to be a heated conversation, I feel like. What are your thoughts on Ben Affleck as Batman? Brian.
Batflack?
Batflack. What do you
I
think?
don't know. I mean, you could think about anything here, any superhero movie that was made. You could go with Heath Ledger as Joker. I wasn't too sure about that. You go with Chris Evans as Captain America. I wasn't too sure about that. So with Ben Affleck, I'm just gonna wait till you see something.
Okay, going to stand safely on the sidelines of this one.
Because I don't want to say, oh, he sucks, and then he be the best Batman.
That's a very good possibility, I would say.
I don't want to look like an asshole.
I will chime in second here. I'm going to be in the silent minority here. I think he's going to do a really good job with it. Contrary to what a lot of people think, I think that that he's going to play. He'll play the part of Bruce Wayne. I don't know, and obviously the script, we don't know how much Bruce Wayne there's going to be, how much Batman there's going to be. All that is kind of a mystery right now, but I think that he will do it justice. I really do, and it can't be worse than Val Kilmer for starters.
Sure.
And
George Clooney.
Well, there is that. Okay, but I think that as good of friends as Ben Affleck has been in the past with Kevin Smith, who you all know is a huge comic book fan, writes comic books, I'm sure he'll be reaching out to Kevin to, help with the inspiration if he's not a comic book fan himself. So I really have to feel like he's going to try his best, I guess would be my, the best way to put it. I think he's going to do his best to not let down the billions, literally, of people that love Batman across the globe. Pirate, what do you think?
Okay, so at first I was completely up in arms, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, there's no way that this dude can pull this off. Like, he just doesn't. Then I started thinking about when they announced the costume that he's going to be using, which is the Noel costume. And the Noel Batman costume is kind of a more it's like the gray and darker, but it still has like these vintage lines. Like the cape kind of runs over the shoulders into the chest piece, and so it looks a little bit more different than what Batman's normally been portrayed. So after knowing that, then you start thinking about, okay, Batman's been portrayed so many different ways by Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne is just as much Batman as, anything else. I think Ben Affleck probably will make a pretty good Bruce Wayne, because from what I've gathered on the movie so far, the premise is, Bruce Wayne's in Metropolis going on with the rebuild stuff.
And I think it's harder to play Bruce Wayne than it is to play Batman.
Right, because anybody can
play Batman.
Swing from grappling hooks and in
that's
tights.
What I'm saying. Exactly.
Right. So I agree with that. But the whole aspect of and this, like I said, this is just what I've read off speculation, and just judging by the world's finest comic series in the past. Bruce Wayne goes to Metropolis, teams up with LexCorp. Like Wayne Industries and Wayne Tech and LexCorp are in a cross development of some sort of thing, and then Superman steps in, and while Bruce Wayne's there, he's also there. Batman's in there investigating Lex Luthor. So it kind of ties them together, and it ties in, Lex Luthor's storyline. I think, that's going to be good. And Ben Affleck, I can see him playing a business executive more than I can see him play Batman. Now,
I think so too. I think he'll do really well at it.
And I think the fact that it's supposed to be an older Bruce Wayne. I don't know if Lucius Fox is going to be involved in it. And that's why Bruce Wayne's there. But I don't know. Like, I'm going to keep my mouth shut on it so far. I'm not going to be all up about it like I used to be.
It should be interesting to see how it all pans out.
And Kevin Smith has been working. You're all right about that. He has been like talking to Ben. I read some articles with Kevin Smith.
I figured that would be the case
about that. So,
Topher, I'm sure you have 2 cents to chime in with.
I've got a whole nickel. There have been a lot of different incarnations of Batman, and what people have to remember is this isn't the Dark Knight. This isn't that movie. It's a different franchise. It's kind of a sequel to Superman, basically. So it doesn't have to be the same character. It's not supposed to be necessarily the exact same portrayal. And there's been a lot of different ones over the years. I mean, Adam West, obviously different, the different movies. But look at Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton, before he did the original Batman movies, back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Mr. Mom.
Exactly, Mr. Mom. People were so outraged when they said, "What? Michael Keaton can't be Batman," and he did a great job.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so
That's true.
I think honestly, we just need to wait and see.
And the point about Heath Ledger too.
Yeah.
A Knight's Tale.
Right.
I love
Just
that
saying.
movie.
10 Things I Hate About You.
10 things, even better example. 10 Things I Hate About You, to the best Joker, arguably the best Joker ever played.
Well,
Yeah.
Arguably.
he did a good job.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite portrayals anyway. But at least in a movie, it's definitely been my favorite. But I'm probably one of the few people in the entire world that actually enjoyed the Daredevil movie that Ben Affleck did.
Leave this room right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, you really are the only one.
But I liked it. I didn't think it was necessarily the best, but I enjoyed it, and I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm not going to say he's going to do a good job, but I think everybody just needs to wait and actually see how he does and evaluate it for what it is.
I have to say, I am happily surprised at how open this group ended up being to the idea of Ben Affleck as Batman, because, I mean, if you read the stuff on the internet, you read the stuff on Twitter and Facebook and all the different social media outlets, the nation or the world as a whole just seems so wildly against the idea of him portraying Bruce Wayne and Batman that it seems overwhelming at times, but I really didn't think it was warranted. And I'm glad to see that those of us here at the Comic Book Nerd Nation are a little bit more accepting, a little bit more willing to wait and see exactly how this pans out, exactly what it comes to.
He's one of those people that everyone just loves to hate for some reason.
Yeah, it's kind of like Nickelback.
I was just going to say that.
Or the Dallas Cowboys.
Or the Dallas Cowboys. There is that as well. So, all right, guys. Well, that wraps up episode 1 of the Comic Book Nerd Nation. Make sure, if you liked the video, leave us some comments. Let us know what you'd like to hear us talk about next time on the next episode, and we will be coming back. We will be bringing you some more of that nerdy goodness, and I will see all of you later. Have a good day.